Right now at 5:30, a Scott County woman has been convicted of murdering her boyfriend. The next step in the case coming up.
Also on WKYT this morning, retired thoroughbreds at Old Friends Farm in Georgetown will have 2 new fireproof barns thanks to a generous donation.
And we'll take a look at how some of the Republican presidential candidates made their final push for voters before Monday's caucus in Iowa.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. So good to have you with us on Friday. It is January 29th. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. I'm sure a lot of you happy that it's Friday. And, it's going to be a nice little warm weekend for us.
Looks really good. A little taste of spring, really, for the weekend and early into next week. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Yeah, we just got to get through today. Today's the chilly day, and then we start to see that big upswing of temperatures. Seeing a few flurries, few flakes flying across the northern zones. Mount Olivet, you're next in line for a couple of flurries. Falmouth just went through you guys. Cynthiana, more than likely, you'll be feeling that in the Barry community as well. Maysville going through you at the moment, but Flemingsburg, another 15, 20 minutes, and you'll be seeing it come through. Will you expect much out of that? Absolutely not. So don't expect any problems out of that. Maybe a rooftop coating. That's about it. We're looking toward the afternoon. We'll get rid of any snow chances by about 8 or 9 a.m. And then afternoon, pretty decent, 38 degrees. That's just below average with a mixture of sun and clouds. We go throughout the evening and night. Things look great. Then we'll start to see those temperatures really climb for the weekend. I'm going to show you 50s, 60s, and the possibility of some 70s coming up in a few minutes.
All right, what about that? Let's get to the news this morning. A Scott County woman has now been convicted of killing her boyfriend.
Police say Melinda Turner stabbed 26-year-old Maxwell Pomeroy Jr. in their Georgetown home. This happened back in 2010. After hours of deliberation yesterday, a Scott County jury found Turner guilty of murder. WKYT's Mark Barber is joining us now from Georgetown with more on the case.
Good morning, Rebecca. Now that Melinda Turner has been found guilty of murder, she could face anywhere from 20 years to life in prison. This morning, we are still waiting to hear just how much time she will have to serve. Courthouse found her guilty of murdering her boyfriend, Max Pomeroy Jr., back in 2010 here at the courthouse yesterday. When police questioned Turner back after it happened, she told them that 3 men broke into their home and stabbed Pomeroy before they left through a back door. According to our news partners at the Herald Leader, the coroner told police that Pomeroy had been dead for hours by the time police found the body, which was longer than Turner had said. Her defense attorney fought back during the trial. The Herald Leader says he focused on the fact that police never found the murder weapon and they did not have any forensic evidence tying Turner to Pomeroy's death. According to the Herald Leader, the jury took about 6 hours yesterday to find Turner guilty of her boyfriend's murder. When we spoke to Pomeroy's family back in 2011, they told us that he had been in an abusive relationship with Turner and that she had been arrested several times. Now, about 5.5 years after their son's death, this guilty verdict may finally bring them some closure to this very difficult part of their lives. Live in Georgetown, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, thank you so much, Mark. A thoroughbred retirement farm in Scott County is receiving some needed help. Last Saturday, the hospital barn at Old Friends Farm caught fire. No horses were injured, but the barn was completely destroyed. Now, nearby farms and other folks stepping in to help. Old Friends founder Michael Blowen says Fasig-Tipton's Blue Horse Charities plans to donate $50,000 to help them rebuild. He says he plans to use the money to build 2 non-flammable barns.
We will never have to put horses in a barn that's flammable again. These 2 new barns will be completely fireproof. We're going to have the advice and consent of the local fire department and the fire chief. We're going to come out and advise us on everything. But these are going to be the most fireproof horse barns ever built, I promise you.
Well, Blowen says the new hospital barn will be named after the late John Hedinger, a former owner of Fasig-Tipton. Blowen says he wanted to honor his close friend because Hedinger loved horses and worked tirelessly on their retirement.
The Madison County Streets Department is using some new technology over this winter, and it has already proven to be handy. People in the community can now track the county's salt trucks as they plow snow-covered roadways. By equipping all 23 of Madison County's plow trucks with GPS, People can track the exact location of road crews on a designated website. The Streets Department says the Madison County Tracks program was first used during last week's big snowstorm. Officials say it not only is beneficial for people at home, but the new technology helps keep road crews safe.
Well, we can track the trucks now in real time. We can see where they're at on the route, see how long it's going to take them to finish the route, or see how long it's going to take to get to a particular part of that route. We can also we can tell if the truck's having trouble, if he's driving too fast or too slow.
The GPS devices cost the county about $16,000, but officials say the new program could end up saving taxpayers money if the data collected helps reduce future route times.
Cleanups now underway at marinas on Lake Cumberland that were damaged by last week's winter storm. The marinas are reporting millions of dollars in damage. Some owners say repairs could take months. Insurance adjusters say the owners of damaged boats should file claims as soon as possible. Adjusters also say those owners should expect a lengthy repair process because of lack of boat repair shops.
Now, a week later, there are still more than 24 school closings and delays this morning after that snowstorm, and we have a complete list of those now at WKYT.com. A Lexington woman is still hoping that someone returns the memorial that she made for her late husband. Nicole Brigel made the Little Free Library with her husband's books and bumper stickers following his death.
Really,
a special tribute.
A beautiful tribute to them. They'd only been married for 3 years. He died of brain cancer. So the small memorial box was meant to be a community library for all to enjoy, but what was placed outside her home, and it went missing earlier this week. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain joins us with more on how a business is trying to help her get it back.
Yeah, Nicole says she just wants a piece of her husband back. J&H Outdoor Store here in Lexington is hoping to help. They're offering a $500 reward in hopes to find this memorial box. Now, Nicole's husband died a year ago, and in honor of his passing, she created this box. It's a free library box full of books, and she set it outside her home. You just simply pick up a book and return one. Well, this box meant more to her than just that. It was covered in stickers and pictures of her late husband, and one of those pictures, or one of those stickers rather, was of J&H Outdoor. So when the local business saw their sticker on her box, they decided to offer a $500 reward in hopes that someone will return her box. Now, Nicole set that box outside of her home near a sidewalk on a chair, and within 24 hours, both were missing. So hopefully it was just an honest mistake. Live in Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain.
Very sad situation for her.
It is, and a sweet story as it all started out, so we hope it ends well.
Yeah. Well, just days before the Iowa caucuses, Republicans took to the stage to convince voters they are the right choice for president. The elephant not in the room, this is clever writing, thank you producers, was Donald Trump, who held his own event separately.
Yeah, the elephant, the Republicans, right? Even though the Republican frontrunner did not take part, he still pretty much dominated part of the debate. Mary Maloney reports.
Let's address the elephant not in the room tonight. Donald Trump has chosen not to attend.
I'm a maniac, and everyone on this stage is stupid, fat, and ugly. And Ben, you're a terrible surgeon. Now that we've gotten the Donald Trump portion out of the way.
It's not about Donald Trump. He's an entertaining guy. He's the greatest show on earth.
I kind of miss Donald Trump. He was a little teddy bear to me.
Also in Iowa, Donald Trump putting on an event he says honors veterans.
Look at all the cameras, like the Academy Awards. This is like the Academy Awards.
Two other Republican presidential candidates who also won past Iowa caucuses were in attendance, Governor Mike Huckabee and Senator Rick Santorum. In Trump's absence from the main debate, the spotlight fell on Senator Ted Cruz.
If you guys ask one more mean question, I may have to leave the stage.
The other candidates tried to take the focus away from the circus and back to their own appeal to voters in Iowa and beyond.
There is no reason why you can't stand for principles, go and fight for them, and be able also to have to get things done in government.
I don't think you have to give up your liberty for a false sense of security.
There's three lanes. There's the establishment lane, the anti-establishment lane, and then there's the Kasich lane. And the reason is that I've been a reformer all of my career.
I will gladly confess that I'm the only one on this stage with no political title.
I guess I'm part of the establishment because Barbara Bush is my mom. I'll take that too. But this election
This election is not about our pedigree. This is an election about people that are really hurting. And we need a leader that will fix things and have a proven record to do it.
I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
As you just saw, Donald Trump was in Iowa last night foregoing the debate. The GOP frontrunner was a few miles away at Drake University for a fundraiser benefiting veterans organizations, which he said raised $6 million. Trump told CNN he did not think his decision to skip the debate would hurt him with the voters. Time will tell. Of course, the Iowa caucuses take place Monday.
Interesting year ahead, no doubt about that in politics. Well, Governor Matt Bevin is claiming that a Planned Parenthood clinic in Louisville is performing abortions illegally. In a statement, the governor says, quote, they are openly and knowingly operating an unlicensed abortion facility in clear violation of the law. We will use the full force of the Commonwealth to put a stop to this. Planned Parenthood officials say the health clinic opened in Louisville last month. They say they applied for an abortion facility license and began services under the guidance of the state office of the Inspector General.
Well, the Kentucky House has voted to amend the state's informed consent law to allow real-time video consultations between doctors and women at least 24 hours before an abortion. Republicans had pushed for a version of the bill that would require face-to-face meetings. The version passing the House incorporates telemedicine into the politically charged issue.
A new high-speed internet network meant to help eastern Kentucky's economy could be running into some real trouble. Kentucky Wired is a joint project between the state and private companies to install thousands of miles of fiber optic cables throughout the state. But a key part of how the state was supposed to pay for the project has fallen apart. Kentucky's finance secretary says it could put taxpayers at risk of paying back a nearly $300 million loan for the project. The state does not have a timeline for a solution. Time to check live drive traffic at 5:41. Let's see what's going on bright and early out there on the highways and byways on your Friday morning. Lots of green on there, Rebecca.
Yeah, you know, we're not hearing of too many issues. It is Friday, so that's good news. Just keep in mind that it's going to be nice this weekend, so enjoy.
Normal travel times in. You can get into Frankfort or from Frankfort into Lexington in about 25 minutes. Paris is an easy ride in this morning and also about a half hour from Richmond, so it all looks good this morning. Still a lot more news to come on WKYT on your Friday, and it's sure good to have you up and at it with us today.
Looking at those temperatures outside in the 30s, 36 there in Somerset, 36 in London. We get into the afternoon, it doesn't change that much, but your weekend looks fantastic. I'll have that coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
If we're looking for any problems, any issues this morning, it's going to be far into the east and southeastern zones. We have temperatures right around freezing, and not only that, we've had some snowflakes overnight. So just keep in mind, there may be a coating there on the ground in east and southeastern Kentucky. I have not heard of any reports, but just looking on radar, that's what it looks like. Back toward the east and southeast, that goes for Pike County, mainly Floyd and Martin County. That's your best bet. Little weak piece of energy flying through the air in northern Kentucky. It's heading southbound, already rolled through Maysville and Vanceburg. I don't expect much out of this. Flemingsburg, you may get a couple of flurries out of this. Slide southbound into Carter and Rowan County here within the next 30 to 45 minutes. Temperatures are in the 30s. We'll actually drop those temperatures as we go through the next couple of hours. At 7:45, the sun rises, and at that time we'll be roughly 32 degrees. And then once that sun rises, we may jump 3 more degrees later on today. So it's just not going to be a great afternoon, but it's not all that bad. Chilly, we'll call it, at 38. And look for that mixture of sun and clouds. This is a pretty decent day once we get past the morning hours where we can see a couple of flurries. But getting in toward your weekend, man, that's what the story is. Check out your weekend plans. Perfect forecast for anything you have going on. If you do not have plans, schedule those plans. Schedule plans to get the kids out of the house, right? 53 degrees there on Saturday. Saturday is no doubt about it your pick day. That's a beautiful day. Then we hit Sunday, 57 degrees, a little bit better. And it still looks dry during the daylight hours, but once we hit the evening and night, it looks like some rain could move on in at that time. So, yeah, the best day out of those two will be Saturday, with Sunday mainly during the nighttime hours. Looking for some showers to roll on through. So 38 today, morning flakes, we'll get those out of the way. Pretty decent afternoon. Saturday and Sunday look really good. Then we're looking at Monday. Here comes your active pattern, right? Here comes some showers moving on in on Monday. That's out ahead of your main complex that's going to be rolling through on Tuesday. Now, it's 5 days out. I mean, we still have plenty of time to watch this system. However, dating back a day or two ago where we were talking about, there is still that possibility of some severe storms, strong to severe storms on Tuesday. It's a pretty strong signal with that one. We have to watch that closely in the days to come. We've already put the red banner on that. Just to let you know, we're keeping a close eye on that. That is the day to really watching your 7-day forecast. It's 70 degrees, and that will be early February. By that time, get past that, we drop it back down to the 30s and the 20s. So this is going to be a big crash of temperatures. But when you're in the 70s there in February, you expect a hard crash of temperatures.
Something's not happening.
Right, absolutely. So it looks like it's coming next week.
It looks like it is set up to frustrate the groundhog, you know?
I think so.
Yeah.
Groundhog Day is Tuesday?
Yeah, so see?
Yep, he's not going to have too much fun with that one.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right, our time this morning is 5:48.
Coming up, you'll get the stories making news right now.
We'll be checking traffic again, see how things are moving along. We have health news and what's trending on the web. Coming up on WKYT This Morning. Good morning. Welcome back into WKYT This Morning. Bright and early on your Friday. The weekend is almost here.
It's in sight.
5:51 right now.
Let's take a look at some of the stories we're working on right now.
A Scott County jury has convicted a woman of killing her boyfriend. The jury found Melinda Turner guilty of murder late last night. The jury deliberated for about 6 hours before returning with a verdict. Police say Turner stabbed 26-year-old Maxwell Pomeroy Jr. in their Georgetown home back in 2010. Now the jury has agreed.
Well, topping your national headlines this morning, presidential candidates gearing up for the Iowa caucuses.
And Republican contenders made their case to Iowa voters last night during their 7th debate in Des Moines. With Donald Trump not present, Ted Cruz became the biggest target, while the other candidates fielded tough questions on immigration and national security.
Trump still managed to dominate the conversation, even though he was miles away holding a fundraiser for veterans at Drake University. This is also in Des Moines. The billionaire frontrunner who boycotted the event over a feud with Fox News says the event managed to draw in $6 million. In a statement, Fox says Trump offered to appear at the debate only if the network contributed $5 million to his charities.
Authorities say at least 4 militants are still occupying a federal wildlife refuge near Burns, Oregon. Yesterday, officials released the full video of the violent traffic stop resulting in the death of one occupier and the arrests of several others this week. The remaining holdouts say that they will leave the refuge if officers assure them that they will not be arrested.
There's a new health concern for women who may have trouble sleeping. That tops your health headlines this morning.
A new research from Harvard is suggesting that women who have difficulty sleeping are much more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. The doctors tracked more than 133,000 patients, and they found women with numerous sleep problems such as snoring and waking frequently were up to 4 times more likely to develop the condition. Just working out may not be enough to take off that extra weight. That's according to researchers at the City University of New York. They found that people don't necessarily burn extra calories even if they exercise more, and that the focus on diet is also needed.
Doctors at Johns Hopkins say people trying to learn a new skill on the computer, for example, do better when they change things up slightly during practice. Scientists say the process of combining new knowledge with memory is key to developing stronger motor skills. 5:54 is the time right now. Let's get a check on today's traffic trouble spots with a look at live drive traffic. Not hearing of any to speak of. Things looking pretty good out there this morning for you on this Friday. Now it's time to check what's making news online with Bill.
Well, right now on WKYT.com and throughout the weekend, we'll have all the latest. A week after that major snowstorm rolled through, we still have more than 24 closings or delays, and that bar is right up top there. In Scott County, a jury deliberated about 6 hours and then has convicted a woman of stabbing her husband to death. They rejected her claim that a group of men broke in and killed him. Also this morning, WKYT investigating the damage from the winter storm that was done down at Lake Cumberland. A lot of boat owners are trying to figure out whether they can even repair their boats or how in the world to get them out of the lake if they can't. So we've been looking into all of that. Also trending now, Governor Bevin says a Louisville Planned Parenthood facility is illegally performing abortions. He vows to stop it. We'll be following up on that story today. The Kentucky women lost a tough one last night to Vandy, 71-69. We have a story up about that. And also, of course, the men are off to Kansas to take on the #4 ranked ranked Jayhawks in a big game tomorrow. All right, a lot of you are checking out this story. You know all about these reports of bears near Jacobson Park this week. Mayor Jim Gray now says there may be an explanation. A farmer has called and says it may be his black Angus cows that were spotted near the park. Apparently they live nearby, so maybe cows and not bears. And again, there's the story about the Kentucky women last night. And now Kentucky.com is reporting that home sales in Lexington are strong and continue to top last year's trends. And if you're looking for a real weekend project that you could get in there and do, realsimple.com tells you how to make a do-it-yourself kitchen island. So you might want to try that out. It looks pretty interesting. CBS This Morning will be following us at 7 with your eye opener. And of course, we'll have local updates as well. So join us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or Instagram, and for the latest anytime, WKYT.com.
And we looked at a disturbance roll through overnight and still going through in the northern zones, but I believe we could possibly see a little coating there on the ground east and southeastern Kentucky. That's where we're expecting maybe some of that there on the ground to cause some problems. So watch out for that as you're traveling this morning. A line of flurries, a couple of flakes rolling through the northern zones. Nothing really to worry about. Lexington at 35, Florence 33. Once again, well, heads up for those icy spots east, southeastern Kentucky. That's where we could expect some of those spots there on the roads. Once we approach the afternoon, we're looking for a mixture of sun and clouds at 38 degrees. Things are looking pretty good later on today. And boy, do we have a warm up for the weekend. Not just the weekend, but into next week. We actually have a 70-degree reading in our forecast and severe weather. We're going to talk all about that coming up with another hour of WKYT News.